each arc ship!
And welcome on in and gather around everyone to another Total War Warhammer 3 Old World campaign. The summer of Skaven has come a bit early. I've actually had a plan for a little while here. The plan this summer being to have at least one Skaven campaign going in the background at all times. So we have the Skaven Clans mod that I'll be adding on in going forward. But here, when I'm just trying to see if the Old World and SFO is going to work well for us together, we don't have too many mods on in. So if you are not aware of what SFO is, SFO Grimhammer is a gigantic overhaul mod, probably the best well-known overhaul mod for Warhammer 3. And Vindris and company have done a fantastic job basically overhauling the entire game. They've pretty much taken the base game of Total War and they have retooled the entire thing to make it as close to lore and tabletop. Another big focus, of course, being on delivering a fun experience for those who have quite a bit of playtime in the base game. So let's get right to it. We are playing as Deathmaster Snickich of Clan Eshin. Snickich ventured to Gnawpit in Estalia to garner more mastery of the arts of assassination for Clan Eshin. Don't worry about any of this paper lantern nonsense. This is old footage of Snickich. I will also have all of the mods in the description below for any who would like to see those, and for SFO specifically, any of the kind of the big overall, because it changes just about everything. I'll make sure the changelog and any of the update notes are linked as well. That way you can get in there and read that all for yourself. Let's get to it. We've got our starting army being some Night Runners with Shurikens. We've got the Poison Wind Mortars, some Gutter Runners, Warp Grinder weapon team, which hopefully this campaign will actually finally learn how to utilize these guys. The Warp Grinders are my bane when they're used against me, and I just haven't ever been able to figure them out. We've also got Clan Rat Spears, your basic lads with your shivs, Night Runner Slings, and then some Eshin Triad, which are a mod. They've only got 60 in a unit. I know, see, Overwhelm is pretty great. We will be getting into what all of these different units are capable of on the campaign map. So for our faction effects, we've got Clan Eshin, Shadowy Dealings, Actions, and Clan Contracts. This will actually be my very first Clan Eshin campaign, period. So if you have any kind of tips and tricks for Snickich, even on vanilla, go ahead and drop those in the comments. I'd love to read them and better learn how to utilize our Ninja Rat here. We've got recruitment cost plus 200% for all non-Eshin units, which means we are going to be a very themed faction here. Clan loyalty, Eshin lords are never going to defect, which is great. We don't have to worry about loyalty at all. Night Runners and Gutter Runners use armor-piercing, warp-infused projectiles. I just realized this is because they're scared they're going to be assassinated, right? They're either very loyal because they are loyal, or they're very loyal because knives hurt. Recruitment cost is going to be minus 25% for all Eshin units, and then we have a unique unit, the Black 13. For Snickich's effects directly, we have immune to diplomatic penalties from trespassing, so he can go where he pleases. We've got extra ambush success chance plus 25%, which is terrifying for the Skaven. We've got the concealment bombs, so we can sneak around the map nicely, and then we have additional melee attack for embedded heroes in Snick's army. So we want a lot of elite troops to go with our Ninja Rats, and Poison Wind Mortars should be a ton of fun. We are starting here in the northern part of Estalia, and this is actually a part of the map in the Old World that I haven't gotten to partake in, so we'll see exactly what's going on over here. For the lore, Deathmaster Snickich is the chief assassin and prime agent of Lord Sneak, Lord of Decay, and Night Lord of Clan Eshin. His infamy is only exceeded by the mystery which surrounds his whereabouts at any particular time. Lord Sneak ensures that this is the case. As long as no one knows Snickich's location, no one can truly feel safe. Deathmaster Snickich has appeared all over the Old World at one time or another, seldom being seen but always leaving his distinctive symbol traced in blood beside the decapitated heads of his victims. No one truly knows what horrors the Deathmaster has perpetrated during his long and mysterious existence. It is only on the battlefield that the Deathmaster's presence can be at least felt. Stalking his victims, concealed beneath the magical cloak of shadows, ensorcelled power strong enough to make a mockery of the most intricate defenses. Where the stealthy tread of the Deathmaster falls, no prince or warlord is safe from his blades. Indeed. For our settings for this campaign, we're playing on very hard, so we get some slow-mo shots of the Ninja Rats running around. We've got in-game scenario set on with 175% difficulty. Turn timer is set to normal, and then we will have the Ultimate Crisis set with Black Pyramid, Biggest War, Vampiric Ascension, and the Will of Hashut. We'll see if we even make it to the in-game crisis. We haven't so far, so you know what, let's bump it up. Let's go turn 70 to 100. Ooh, spooky. And let the Deathmaster growl, or some such.
Attack in silence. Cover tracks. Quick death they shall have.
Quick death they shall have. How they play. Clan Eshin use schemes that become available during the campaign to carry out unfailing actions of espionage, sabotage, and death as part of Clan Eshin's shadowy dealings. Take on contracts issued by backstabbing Skaven clans to act against their rivals for rewards and positive effects, while heeding the diplomatic consequences. We will have the normal Skaven gameplay of establishing unseen undercities beneath settlements you defeat, and secretly expand them to aid your malevolent schemes and spread Skaven corruption. I'm going to be trying to play a little bit more tall here with our Deathmaster. I'm thinking we're going to claim at least a couple of the nearby provinces, that way we have plenty of extra heroes to recruit. Otherwise, we won't have the just the capacity to actually bring in the assassins we need to properly make the Deathmaster. So that's what we'll probably take a couple of provinces to start, and then just rampage through the world, assassinating and causing ruin. Looks like we only have one maximum scheme at the moment. Available, unavailable. Yeah, we have one scheme going. And that's going to be with the shadowy dealings. Okay, so we can send our lads out to go on missions with Snickage. Oh, we've got a ton going on here. Plunge into anarchy. Taking a sovereign's head and watching their denizens stagger to destruction without direction or purpose. As my chair gives way. Good grief. Alright, man, that's pretty anarchy in the wizard household as well. So we've got what? So out of the actions we can do, small heist just makes us money. Burglarize gives us an ancillary item. Grants vision. Steals some food. Food raid's probably one we're going to use on repeat. Applies a leadership penalty. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and immediately go for a food raid. Is this the way to go? I don't know. Come here, Potes. Looks like you guys got plenty of food with these pastures. We're going to go ahead and steal some from you. Deathmaster? On occasion, Eshin agents must steal food from other settlements. Even stone-cold, hardened killers need to eat. And now we are up into surplus food. Check that out. We need to go fight the Flint. So our first enemy here is ogres. How? Oh, needs a paymaster. Defeat the flame gullets. Our enemies strike against us. Attack first and deny them the opportunity to reach full strength. We shall soon do that. So we've got an Eshin sorcerer to start here. Mysterious techniques and tricks from the distant east enable Eshin sorcerers to weave fiendish spells of pain and misdirection. Yes, no, I know warp stars very well. These things are mean. Deftly conjured and swiftly flung, Skaven's fiendish warp throwing stars are like all their weird scientific advances, explicitly designed to cause maximum death. And as they should be. So Wingbood here is an assassin sorcerer, wielding both magics and martial arts from the east. Eshin sorcerers are not to be trifled with. He's got this little hooked blade. So he's got a bleed effect, which for SFO is a damage over time and drops healing. More melee attack, and then less cooldown for warp stars. We're throwing those out left and right. Beautiful. Alright, yeah, no, we've got some Skaven skills to look through. Eshin sorcerers again are one. Oh, favorable winds drops range. Drops missile strength, and then drops armor. Master of Yin. Eshin needs no balance, only darkness. Yes, yes. That makes sense.
Deathmaster.
And then for the Deathmaster, we have a Jump Scare, which is increasing our ambush success and defense chance by a heap. Dropping enemy leadership, increasing our own leadership and attack during ambushes. Scurry Fast Quick gives us more movement range. Strider for the entire army. Alright then, and then more charge bonus. Conceal Hide them gives us speed for infantry, and then concealment bombs, so hopefully our gutter runners will be able to outrun. Oh, Because the more speed we give them, the more likely they are to outrun most cavalry, especially with their little nets they throw out. Contract loopholes are going to be dropping the upkeep for our own army and increasing recruit rank for heroes and lords. Just dodge it. 20 defense and 20 resistance, and then finally, sabotage and unrest gives us more attrition suffered by defenders when laying siege or encircling, less control, and then less leadership when laying siege. Ah, neat. Time and time again, signatures prove that no wall, no castle, no hidden hole will save you from his weeping blades. From the shadows is a sneaky ability. Unspottable, stalk, and snipe. I don't think the gutter runners can ever get snipe permanently. So they're not quite as devastating as Oxyotls Chameleon Skinks. Oh wow. Loses melee defense, half melee defense, half physical resistance, half ward save, can't move, and takes some damage. Good grief. That's on cooldown. Alright, fair enough. We'll quit looking through here and we'll dive into our first battle. We begin, of course, at Gnaw Pit, which starts with a nest and a clan pit. That's not my favorite. Why don't we have a growth building here? It's gonna take 5 turns? Oh, good grief. Problem is, it's gonna take 2 turns just to destroy this and put in something else, so I don't think that'll actually increase it by much. We'll just drop in and grab the expansionist planning to start here for some growth. The others are control, movement range, less food, corruption reduction, and food generation. And a drop of income. Well, the Skaven corruption's not maxed out here, so we should just go ahead and, no, let's go growth. Go growth. And we'll go ahead and throat chop a roast chewer. You've chewed your last roast, sir. Gold, glorious gold. I'll actually buff everyone around him naturally, that's fun. He does have Headhunt for Snicketchin for not paying attention, and he can summon in a unit of Hobgoblin Mercenaries. That's awesome. Ogre Bulls have a lot of damage here. 20 bonus view large. Oh, and actually some resistance. Cool. Stoppable charge. I mean, nothing too exciting. Wanted to see if there's anything that was too different from normal. Doesn't look like it this time. On our side, we will check out our units on the battlefield. Battle deployment gives us or auto resolve gives us a close to victory with medium casualties. I'm going to be doing no menace below summoning. We want to save our food to start here. To give us as many of those benefits as we can. 30 additional growth, less upkeep, additional loyalty, and all the other benefits are fantastic. Upkeep production minus 40% for Skaven slaves. Yes. There's always more besides. Alright, we arrive, we start deployment. We didn't get an ambush on them, which is a shame. But it really doesn't change things that much. What we will do is deploy our mortars atop this hill. Yep, deploy the mortars atop the hill. We'll have the spearmen right here. And then the Eshin triads a bit further back. Do you guys have any charge bonus? No, they are still really for catching a charge, aren't they? They're just very sneaky about it. Alright, fair enough. I will have the Night Runners on the hill, and then we'll show the units off in a moment. Oh, here in SFO they have 360? Do they have Firewall moving? That would make these slings, probably the best slingers in period. Nah, no, they don't. They do still have 360 range for throwing, so you don't really have to worry about repositioning them at all. Alright, our normal gutter runners, we are going to have... How much faster are they than the ogres? The answer is, they're not. So we need to be a little bit careful with them. And then the Night Runners, do you guys have the nets too? No, you guys don't at all. You just have the throwing stars. We'll have them just kind of hang out in the woods, and they can charge out when the ogres get a bit closer. Throw the warp grinders in behind. Eshin sorcerer on the hill to throw stuff at the ogres as they approach. And then you hang in with the runners. Looks good, let's check our units. So you know them, you love them, the Poison Wind Mortars. or you hate them because they have destroyed your entire squad of Dawi Thunderers, and there was nothing you could do about it. Or you're playing Norska and you run into these guys, and it's just time to be sad. I do love though that this guy, you want the no. Scared of the warp gas ball. And then our gutter runners are elite slings, which I mean it's dark so thematic, but hard time seeing anything going on here. Just as Clan Eshin would want. Not much armor, but they are good at dodging things going their way. They've got 30% missile resist, so these guys are a little bit worse than chameleons. I think chameleons have 50%, which is silly. Cheap and cheerful clan rats. They are lacking at shields, which is something I would like to change as quickly as we can, but for now they'll do as chaff. Crazier units we're starting with here is the warp grinders. Very good at getting through walls and gatehouses, and actually they're pretty good at locking units down too. If we look at their earthquake, I think I've always misread this, and that's why I haven't used them very correctly. This doesn't affect your friendlies, so when you use the seismic snare and the warp quake, friendly units aren't going to be taking damage at all. So if you have a couple of these guys layered up, you can devastate lines with some warp quakes. So that's what we're going to try to do. We'll have them right behind everyone else, and then we'll drop in the can't move just as they're making it into our front lines. Alright, and we've got our night runners, which are the slightly less elite gutter runners. Yes. Grow big, grow powerful. They only have, I think, something like 7 or 8 ammunition to start, so we'll be trying to buff that up through heroes and other means as quickly as we can. Our elite, besides the Death Runners, the most elite we have here with this, the Deathmaster. And or Snickage himself. Easily one of the best trailers that Warhammer has, still to this day. The 3-blade motif. He does it even better than One Piece. Cue the FBI raid of One Piece fans. And let it begin. So I'm going to actually slow things down a bit. That way we can take a look at see what these guys have. So Windbod is just bleed and magical attacks, which is great. These guys have some bonus V infantry of 5 and are pretty much fully armor piercing. Warp Grinders have the Warp Stone, a Scorch, dropping a leadership and armor. That's great. And then the Eshin Triads have the Overwhelm. So even though they don't have incredible stats, they are basically dropping anyone that attacks them down to doing almost nothing, which is incredible. Alright, while we wait, throw some Warp Stars at someone. Normal Gutter Runners have decent attack, no defense. They want to be hit and run attackers if we must use them as such. The Night Runners actually have some bonus infantry. Oh, it's just 5. It's just 5, but it brings them up in line with the Gutter Runners. That's enough slow-mo, let's do this. Put those Warp Stars quickly. Yeah, you lads should not have to move. That did a ton of damage. Nice. Sneaky bombs for the Deathmaster. Alright, this is raining in. Here come the throwing stars. You lads just need to fall back. Deathmaster find a way in to take out that leader. Oh, they're going around the back. Clever. Oh, they changed their mind. But they did convince me not to get closer, which is pretty awesome. Alrighty, summon in the bows there. Let's go ahead and drop the Warp Quake. Drop the Seismic Snare in now. We're dropping into this group. You come up over the top and get some Warp Stars thrown. Very fast-paced battle this was. Deathmaster starts waddling his way through the enemy straight into the Paymaster. He gives him a wall back. That health is dropping quick. And some of the ogres are trying to pull away for another charge. Let's go ahead and keep them at bay here. Bring these lads out. Deathmaster is taking a wee bit of damage. Drop our armor to use the, whoa. We dropped the mortars at our own crew, didn't we? How fast things can turn for the Skaven. Okay, you guys get out of there. Throw the warp stars in here. The death of that general due to a throwing star should finish that, no problem. Sweet. Ogre's got a very brief rear charge. I think most of that damage was due to friendly fire, but honestly, we absorbed it. Oh, it did. Hang on, now did our... I think our clan rats are gone. I mean, that's a thing, isn't it? We are the Skaven. Every single one of those ogres just dropped. The accuracy on these throwing stars is incredible. It was very fun first battle. It was very Skaven. Catch you all in a moment. And a glorious first battle there against the Flame Gullets. Too bad we don't get to process the meat that they carry as food for ourselves. Looks like the Skaven are a bit more picky than the ogres. We have 3 food generated from that battle, even though the ogres are big old hulking lads. We got Dwarf Bane. Extra damage fighting dwarfs, and then more weapon strength. Sure. Alright, we are going to go ahead and then enslave this group for more food. Food is going to be king here for our early game. Probably for the entire game, truthfully. Your army will gain the enslave ability, gives us more corruption and a vigor loss reduction for the entire squad. Seems pretty good to me. We'll go ahead and grab a Dwarf Bane. Flame Gullets have been crunched.
Deathmaster snake.
And then I think we move in on Potes here because it has, or Pote, either way, it's got the meat styes, which will give us a heap of growth and a nice bit of food generation. It's not going to be for non-pit, but it will be for our other province here. So the Estalian Plain we'll go ahead and claim from the Flame Gullets, of course.
Deathmaster snake.
We move in. Let's go ahead and give this a little bit more. Get a skill point already. That's incredible. Already up to almost rank 3. I also know that, but before the likes of like Skull Taker and Arbal, the Deathmaster used to be one of the fastest upgrading or the fastest leveling characters in the entire game. Weeping Blade. Okay, so that's what the Deathmaster has. Less armor by just 50%. You don't need any armor. He's immune to flanking. Awesome. Inspiring Presence or Tail Weapon. I do know... This will just make sure he's not losing any battles. I do know that experience gain is a bit slow here on SFO, so let's go ahead and grab the Inspiring Presence to help out with that. We got 2 minutes below summons. Awesome. And then our army is going to be way less tired. Alright, Flame Gullets are bringing in some Noblar Flingers, naturally attracted to the sling, which allows them to enact cruelty at a safe distance. Why are they naturally attracted to the sling? Slanesh Noblars confirmed. And the exact same battle, but in the daylight. Oh, you poor ogres, you don't understand that daylight shall not purify this battlefield. Although it might purify our own troops. I do love that we had about 100, we did have 125 of these clan rats left, and they just left. They weren't coming back to fight even a little bit, which is very counter to our gameplay here as the Skaven. Would make this a little bit more angular, that way we don't get too exploded. Warp Grinders in behind again, and then you lads up on top of the hill. So this time, we will just have our Sorcerer on the edge here. Deathmaster will have you circle with the Night Runners, and then the Gutter Runners will do their own thing. Over here. Battle begin. Sorcerer, you run up and throw some warp stars at him.
Nothing shall stop me. Weeping blades will make quick work of him. Stab them up. Yes.
Yeah, they're going round wide here. I guess that's just taking the pathing around this cliff. Never mind.
Power of shadow.
So we wait until they get it in range of the mortars, and then... Excellent damage there, actually. Sorcerer, now fall back. Sneaky balls to the Deathmaster. The Deckmaster. Deckmaster Snickage.
What? Skaven fights command.
Let's get over here and throw some stars at these clowns. I don't mind diving into the middle of the Noblar. Drunk Zod, big trawler. Alright, they are in range, so we'll go ahead and drop. And the clan rats themselves are just going to get immediately run over by the mortars, so let's drop this here. And Deathmaster, get out of there. Get out of there, brother. Still cuts those flingers down quickly. But we did get charged there, so we do lose about 10. Do lose about 10. How about they win that battle? You fall back, warp grinders. Slow, can't move. Should give you no trouble getting out of there then. Mortars, if you can start dropping on these units over here that are caught in. Run! Knives come flying back behind. Get you lads off of fire at will. Summon in some more rats here. Night Runners. Go hit this unit of flingers.
Lord of Assassins.
And that's this crew chased off easily. Gonna tell your mortars not to fire will, they're too dangerous. Quick, scary stab. I'm just gonna be honest, against the likes of goblins, Snickage's crew is way overpowered for that kind of thing. Even in lore. That's not going well for the ogres here. Might as well get throwing your blades this direction. You just throw the Deathmaster to the middle of one of the assassins and let the mortars rain down. Alright, once again, we've got plenty of ogres to chase. Use as a bit of warp star target practice, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, another leg sweep for the Flame Gullets. Here against, anytime we're fighting the ogres, other Skaven, or like Slutnesh, we're not going to have a ton of time to get any cool cinematic shots just because of how fast things move. 36 Skaven fell there. I see no reason to waste any of our food occupying this up higher. I mean, we could just expand the Under Empire, but this is territory I do actually want to claim. So let's go ahead, start punching it down. Let's go ahead and loot and occupy it for a current level. And we'll just hang out here for Fuzzy Town. We also need to come on in and use the clan contracts, or at least not the clan contracts, but the Eshin actions to send Snickage back with the Night Lords say so. That way we can get even more contracts going forward, because I think you have to be able to get more schemes as we do the Night Lords say so. So we've already got the one scheme, we need to use the Night Lords say so to get more going. The next use a scheme resets. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and it will have him leave the squad. for I think 5 turns, which could be scary. I'll just give him Slippery for when he comes back. And then Windbald here we'll just give better Warp Stars since he will be our main damage. Especially when we send Snickers back to bring some pain death. Meat Styes. Okay, so do we have any research available? No, we don't. The Den of Dread Deeds. Oh, okay, so as soon as we're able to build this, why doesn't it start with that? The clan pit's terrible in comparison. I think we want to tear this out. Get rid of that clan pit for something better. We're not even in that first province anyway. Okay, so then we'll grab the... You want the Rattling Warrens so we can move further, or do we want... Storage case? Actually, no, here. So we'll go for the Meat Styes, since here in a couple turns we can have this replaced. We just won't have research for a couple turns, which is going to be a little bit strange. Yeah, no dealings for now until we get into contact with the other Skaven tribes, or Skaven clans, rather. Okay, so for our victory conditions, we have perform 8 Eshin actions, take out the Flame Gullets, Bilbali, and Vizia. We'll figure out how to say that eventually. And then for long victory, it is take down 75 settlements, and then control 7 settlements through either ownership, vassals, or military allies. So a lot of probably the main Skaven holds. And that's long victory, giving us order recruitment capacity, huh? That doesn't seem very Skaven, does it? It's kind of strange. Anyway, let's go ahead and send you back to the Night Lord. Yeah, I was like, why can't we? Is it because he's in a settlement? Character is leading an army. Well, yeah. Oh, he has to be rank 5. Oh. Okay, so I guess then we could stash some rations, do something else, and then go back for the Night Lord say so. Yeah, let's stash some rations here with 30 food's gonna probably take us down to normal food levels with the Deathmaster. And that should reset our schemes. Yeah, so then we can use another scheme here. 5k. Now let's steal an item from Borgus. Berserker Sword's not terrible. The light-clawed agents of Clan Eshin who delight in all forms of sneakiness. Even items and followers can be pilfered and added to their personal collection. What a perk of the job, if you will. Alright, now you're rank 4, so close to being able to send you back to talk to the Night Lord. Let's go Route Marcher here now, that way we can hopefully make it to the next province. Orfbane is not useful at the moment, we'll give it over to
Deathmaster,
our other wizard. Perfect. Let's go ahead and snag a Master Assassin. Extra range, missile strength during ambushes, ambush success chance, and melee attack during ambushes. Shuriken Mayhem sounds fantastic. Welcome back, Doc. Oh yeah, and you don't have any loyalty whatsoever. So you just don't have to worry about loyalty at all. That's pretty great. Skaven slaves and clan rats. We can afford quite a few. Let's just go ahead and grab some... Oh, actually, that's a lot more gold than I kind of thought it'd be. In recruitment in SFO is not playing, is it? Are these guys not counting as Eshin units? Oh, I see. No, they're not. So what, Eshin doesn't have clan rats? Jeez, alright.
Sneak.
No, Eshin has Skaven slaves. That's what Eshin has. Fair enough. Bok Bok, I should have brought him in further to the south. Can we tunnel down and do any kind of cheesiness? No. Okay then, Bok Bok, you're going to be moving with the Deathmaster towards Borgus, and we can probably have you just take over his army when it's time to send him back to speak to the Night Lord. Alright, food's in shortage. Time to go punch some people in the face. Alright, so here's our SFO Grimhammer mod menu. Welcome to the simply fun overhaul Grimhammer 3 mod of Vinrus and the mod team, which will give them another thank you. They've done a fantastic job here. They deserve all of the love and all of the credit for the fun we're going to have here in this campaign. I hope you enjoy our mods. We have the choice of going for time of control, growth, maneuvers, or insight, or just letting rebellions happen and punching them in the face, which honestly might be one we go for here. The armies that spawn for us to deal with are going to be pretty weak. Now we just go for time of growth. Provoke the brood mothers, have them breed. We will flood the overworld with all parties. Yes. With the dominating scheme. Excellent. We definitely need some food. Oh, you can just perform this for free. Go poke the brood mothers then. That seems healthy. Can't make it to either side, but can we do any raiding? Spread the rot. Interesting. I think we want to go hit Borges first.
Ready.
Control is dropping fairly quickly. We want to drop in, though, the Den of Dread Deeds. All assassins need a dark, dank corner in which to dwell. This is but one of many such dens maintained by Clan Eshin. That'll fix up our units, give us Night Riders and Night Rider slings, unlock devious plans, give us some income, food, control, 40% more movement if you're starting in this province, 20% more move for enemies starting in this province, more experience gained faction-wide, and 13 more growth. Lucky number 13.
Sneaky Meg. Time to move.
Bull guts.
Shadows hide.
If we were to try raiding.
Burn, bash, take.
Not normally something the Deathmaster would partake in, but I'm here to make some food and some experience. Plus, this is a weak army.
I will butcher any who interfere.
It's immediately backhanded by one over here in Azura. The Shrine of Azura. Jump to the underway to Potes. Bok, and we advance on Bull Guts here. We do not have the food to use the schemes anymore, so we'll have to just wait. Good news is we do have some clan contracts coming in soon. Yeah, but Snick is just not quite high enough level to send him back to speak to the Lord of Decay. Alright, another quick turn. Alright, bit of a jump cut. I went to go have lunch with the Mother Wizard, and we are now back. Alright, so Deathmaster Snickich, we do now have access the next turn here to some clan contracts. So let's kick on into, and actually let me move the mic. Give me 1 second. There, that's much better. Okay, so we have access to some contracts from Clan Molder now, so we can come on into Spy on Clan Moors. So if I was to send Bok to do that, right, would we have to replace his army? So let's say Spy on Clan Moors. Following the previous Council of 13 meeting in Skaven Blight, Lord Verminkin of Clan Boulder has become suspicious of Clan Moors, as anyone would be. His coded missive requests Eshin's services to spy on Moors' activities and report back to him. So we need to do this to increase our reputation with Molder in addition to getting food and treasury. So we'll get 500 treasury, 5 food, and then it'll decrease our reputation with Clan Moors, but increase it with Clan Molder. Doesn't say exactly how much it's going to increase it, so yeah, no, we'll go ahead and send Bok the, we'll go ahead and give him a new name soon. His name's Bok for now, but he will, actually, before we do send him out, I'm going to call you Death Captain Kevin, and you should be our Kevin for this run. And then we send our new champion Kevin on to spy on Clan Moors. Does that go to the Clan Moors capital? Cool. Okay, so Death Captain Kevin, you are being sent on. Confirm. The character will be taken off the map for a few turns. If leading an army, the character will have to be replaced. Yes. Okay, so he just goes away. That's perfect. Excellent. So now, are we still paying his upkeep? Probably. Clan Morg doesn't like us. They're now unfriendly. Probably not a good clan to be on the bad side of. However, Clan Molder, Scryer, and Pestilence all are far worse to be on the bad. This is just a really, really strong minor clan with a heap of Storm Vermin and Queek. Queek and Ska are pretty terrifying. By right of just being the biggest, smashiest Skaven ever. Let's go ahead and drop in the Nest Layer at the Gnaw Pit. We can do the same thing at Potez here, take a little bit more. I mean, I wouldn't mind sacking Borges and then just... Oh, never mind, they've got another settlement over here. Let's make sure we claim this quick. Quick, fast, scurry. Now let's go ahead and attack in Stalking Stance. Looks like Bullguts is just hiding over here. They've got Lead Belchers. Look, this is our second quest battle, or our second settlement battle. Let's go fight it. They've got Lead Belchers, though. Okay, so it does actually have some explosive damage. That's why they're so devastating when they hit a line. They do explode. Fair enough. Let's show the Flame Gullets that Lucha Libre Tuesday. How happy he is. Lucha Libre Tuesday is over. Alright, time to play dodgeball with some cannons. We will throw the Gutter Runners off to the side here. Night Runners onto this angle. Deathmaster with the Gutter Runners, and then... I guess we'll just have you at the 4 here. So we'll go Eshin Triad, Skaven Slave, Spears. 280 at each unit. That is insane. Oh, hang on now. The Eshin Triad's one of the units we didn't actually take a look at. Yeah, the elite of Clan Eshin. Glaives definitely stained with some kind of horrible gutter oil. And they're ready to show people that white Skaven are terrifying. The white fur tends to come from... I think it's not something they're born with, so it tends to come from being in proximity to usually other powerful, like, sorcerers or just very, very powerful Skaven. Put you guys up on the cliff here. Skaven Slave Slings. We'll keep them back for a moment. Night Runner Slings back over here with the Triad. Beautiful. Guard mode for the lot of you. Let's do this. We get Menace Blow right off the start. Throw some Warp Stars Overcast towards the Fire Belly there. Actually, give yourself the Ward Save Scroll and then cast it. What orders? Start chopping through those Lead Belchers. Likely we are going to see a fireball coming out of the Fire Belly here. Let's see. I'm going to just go for a normal... Oh, too late. He did miscast too. Let's get out of there. Oh, almost one-shots the Fire Belly, though. Somehow they shot that so wide they nearly hit our Gutter Runners. Purest of insanity, that is. Bring you lads in behind to take out those Noblar Trappers. Trappers down. Let's send them in after this group, too. Firebelly charges into some Skaven Slave Spears. And pretty much immediately rounds. Kill as many of the spears as you want. Now he's done. excellent spread of poison wind there. Those Gnoblars should be melting away quite nicely.
Deathmaster snitch.
Summon in more Menace Below here just to scare off that group. Keep circling them there. We'll have you just throw your slings into that group. Actually, we'll switch up the targets a smidge there. Swing those cannons for all the good it'll do you. Armor-piercing missiles for days. I think even our Skaven slaves, at least on base they do. No, here they don't. Alright, perfect. We've just got a few of these Gnoblar trappers left. I figure a couple hundred rocks should scare them off, but it's taking longer than I thought. Roll one here. Oh, good grief. Lost a good 7 gutter runners. 8 gutter runners to a squad of Gnoblars. They don't do well on defense, but they are very good at attacking. Makes them beautiful for rounding up fleeing Gnoblars. Alright, it is easy victory as we expected. A few of our Skaven had to be sacrificed, but that's always the way. Gotta make sure they're loyal. I think. We'll just loot occupied. We can start sacking the final settlement, but let's leave the rest of it here because we will definitely have to fight.
You come bearing arms. Is it war?
I mean, probably soon. We're just some friendly black robe monks. Don't worry about us. No rabbit in here. Alright, Snake. Get you some Skaven slaves. I don't really think I want Skaven slaves, but global will take too long. Oh, we can already get Victrins. Though Lord Visktrin has been dead for centuries, his elite unit still worship him, persisting in murderous duties in their fallen leader's name. We'll take it. Although we'll go ahead and we'll take them next turn, then we're not paying upkeep this turn. They've also got the Weeping Blade, armor-piercing damage, duck and weave. Oh, nice. That is a ton. That is a ton of damage and resistance. Fast allows them to move so quickly. Especially if we get the Wayfander, either the Wayfinder or Wayfarer banner on them. 30% ward save. Yeah, we need them. Research the following items to advance the Skaven's vicious, uncompromising agenda to another level altogether. Extra food capacity and food generated. Alright, I mean, we might as well snag... we might as well snag an additional lord, but I guess we will have to trade out Deathmasters soon. What I want to do, though, is get a lord. So another Master Assassin. That is a Rodent Ambuscade. Or Typhus Rat, another Shuriken Mayhem. I think that's the best call. So we'll have him recruit up some more Night Runners. Just the Skirmisher variant. I lied. Do the Skirmisher variant. And 2 of each. Sounds good. And we'll bring them over to join with Deathmaster's army. And we shall call you Claw Leader. We're calling you Claw Leader Brian. Welcome. You have been added to our Skaven Assassin Consortium? I don't know. We'll find a... We're the Assassin's Guild. That's the way. So we can repair up the Rubbish Pit. I don't think the Rubbish Pit is something we want. I would rather have just max growth. Alright. Friendly relations with Clan Molder gives us level 2 contracts, extra relations with Molder, and we have now established contact with them too.
Talk fast. I'm so hungry. Cannot focus.
Good to see you, Throt. I will join you with insatiate rage. your battle with them, and you shall give me trade. I put my claw mark to this treaty pact. Sounds good to me. You are a weaker clan, after all. You might as well act right. And then the demons summon in. Army's right next to us. Imminent rebellion at Pote. Bring it on, I say. Alright, our new Nest Warren of Pote is attacked, or Potes, we're gonna call it Pote. And by nothing but slings. I'm tempted to just fight this one. We've got 2 summons menace below, we've got some catapults. A decisive defeat, it says. Let's bring in, let's say... I really wish we could see our food meter. We'll bring in 2 more menace below summons and see if that is enough. To win us the battle here. We have a half-dead... You're a warlord, right? No, at least they are a warlord. We'll see. We'll not go down without a fight. Alright, so you know, most of our army or groups are down to about 60 troops. I mean, we can chase the slings, but that's about it. We want to spread out aggressively here. That way we kind of swarm them from all angles. Let's see. Start blowing up this squad right here for me. Everyone else start advancing. We do have 2 catapults. They are likely to run, but let's go ahead and use one of our menace below summons to try to hit this outside unit of slings here. As soon as they summon in, if you want to make sure you can give them the attack order, immediately you grab them and another unit and just give them both the order. And then they will swarm out and start slicing at once instead of waiting. Good. Okay, so now they're being forced to move towards us. You guys start launching those blobs of jello. And then we attack 1 unit apiece. Smell good. Artillery comes crashing in. Let's go ahead and try to spread that out as much as possible. It missed entirely, brothers. It says our warlord's going to easily beat the other one. I don't believe that in the slightest. Come on, keep chasing. As long as the artillery actually can land, we're in good shape. Otherwise, I don't know if our lads will even make it. Big blob of enemies, summon in some clan rats here. It actually pushes them into this squad. That's perfect. Alright, they're ripping them to pieces. They've caught their quarry. This artillery is actually landing exactly where we want it. Yeah, when it's an army of nothing but slingers, you have all of the chance to win. Hit him once, and then go ahead and pull back. One of the jello shots lands in, and it drops the morale pretty much completely. You guys this way, hit this group.
Get them!
There it is. That's how a squad of very weakened warriors can easily overwhelm some slingers. Hungry for battle. Being surrounded, Skaven tend to hate being at the front lines, so when the claw leader's not at the ceremonial position at the back, you know something's gone very wrong. Would have them cease fire. Clan rats can just go find themselves a Skaven slave to run down. Bring our warlord away. We've got this one unit over here to deal with. Everyone else, though, is fleeing. Let's give you one last rear charge. No retreat. Just a tactical withdrawal to a better position. Oh, don't turn your back to him, you fool. There we go. Took a big chunk of damage there for no reason. Bring these lads around. I mean, you are in Lime Jello range. You are likely to.
Tails down, stay! Voila!
The Insurge is no more.
Ready, ready!
Glorious. This warlord's hanging in there, isn't he? Let's have them charge. Oh no, he saw his warriors running at the corner of his eye, and that was enough. Musketeer has been escorted, it's time to go. A heroic victory, but of course. Only a single bit of food, though. These Skaven slaves don't have much meat on their bones, do they? Disgusting. We'll go ahead and take the enslavement. Extra corruption and more food.
More power!
Oh, wait, thought about it. Rebellion in the Estalian Plain has been quashed, and now we've got a Moors contract to probably get back Clan Mulder. You have been issued a contract by the mighty warlord Nodwell of Clan Moors. In a swarm of his disposable clan rats, many of whom had died in making the long journey from Skaven Blight, the missive was delivered. Eshin's involvement in clan feuds will surely be sensed. There will be both rewards and consequences for doing a Lord of Decay's dirty work. Surely enough. And now we've got ourselves a new claw leader with which to do some spy on Pestilence, huh? Moors has become suspicious of Pestilence. Its coded missive requests our services to spy on Pestilence's activities and report back. That we can. Deathmaster is nearly high enough level to go back to talk to our own Lord of Decay. Let's sprint to Potes here. Have the claw leader do the same.
Ready to scuttle, scatter.
Scuttle, scuttle. Drop those troops off with the Deathmaster. All those Night Runners, and then we'll have Brian. Oh, that's wrong. Head into the Shadowy Dealings and go spy on Pestilence. Away with you, sir. Excellent. Now, Pestilence doesn't like us, but Moors does. So now we've got better relations with Clan Moors, and we've established contact with them too, so it means we can get trading. Hello there, Clan Moors.
Listen to Queek, yes.
Weak, it doesn't look like you're doing very well. You've got only a single settlement. I'll join you in your war against Karakazul, but you will give me a non-aggression pact, and if I try to get a trade agreement, 8,000. Nah, we'll just go for non-aggression. Deathmaster, the diplomat. Master negotiator. Obi-Wan and a hood. With 3 poisonous blades.
I walk in shadow.
Indeed you do. We are ready to move on the final settlement that the Flame Gullets have here. Go ahead and upgrade Gnaw Pit with a... Not having to deal with constant rebellions would be very nice. However, just more growth is, I think, is going to be the way there. We'll come back and deal with anyone. Construction time -2 for all buildings. That's so dang good. Upgrade in Borges. Borga. Either or. We will snag... Oh, this one actually allows us to generate food. Up to the giant fungi caves. I like that quite a bit. But let's go for growth first. And then upgrade the nest layer as well. Beautiful. Schmidt's Renegades. No, we'll be making no deals with anyone besides rats for now. Alright, the turn. Alright, turn is ours again, and devious plans are done. Which is just kind of one of the generic basics. Alright, switch over to stalking stance. Come here, CN Surge. You and your slings need to learn the true meaning of war. Oh, we didn't get an ambush. How unfortunate. We'll give this one to the others. There's no way. There's no way. You decided to let them kill half my army, huh? I mean, I can see that if my mortars decided to drop shells in the wrong spots, but... yeah, such is the way.
Deathmaster snakes.
We are going to blitz down to take down Azwara here. Let's go ahead and do some raiding.
Take. Marching.
A half-elf army is going to be more than enough to deal with these fools. I do realize that the other ogre just kind of disappeared. So he might just come back and hit Borges, which means we're going to continue to be fighting the flame gullets for no reason. Yeah, such is the way sometimes. Bonded service, ancient cutting. I think we'll just go for ancient cutting first here. Maximize our ambush chance.
Yes. Yes.
Toxic rain. Removes stock, speed, and all the different weapon damage types. Every time they cast. Skitter Leap is sneak and speed. Armor of Darkness is missile resistant, more armor, and then Veil of Shadows would be a vortex that does no damage. Also, I guess it just allows you to get away for 10. It's an interesting spell. If you can cast up on top of a, well, this is not on a platform, so you can knock a bunch of people off a platform. Now let's go ahead and just upgrade Warp Stars. Alright, Stickage is up to rank 5, so we might want to send him on back now to the Night Lord. With the amount of cash we have laying around, we can afford it. Night Lords say so. We send back the Deathmaster. How long is he gone? 2 turns. Fair enough. We will replace him with another Master Assassin. Ooh, devastating flanker for the entire army. That sounds perfect. Okay, so while he's on Night Lord's say so, we can then use our schemes again. But I think we should wait. Or no, we can't until he returns. Yeah, we can't until he returns. Bad enough.
Master assassin. In shadow.
Alright, knife. Can we hand you any of the items that Snickage currently has? Let's do that. Full hardiness as well. Glorious. So you also have the Weeping Blade. Armor piercing, anti-infantry damage. 20 is a lot. And then a 25 anti-infantry on your shurikens. Tougher than he seems. Alright, our turn once more. The ferocious plans are done, which means we have more local recruitment capacity by a single one. And now that we've got him raiding over here in Borgus. Wait, just right in this little corner here? You're a monster. Alright, time to get rid of your faction then. We are going to attack Azwara. Oh, a proper siege. Alright, let's set up some Skaven siege towers and a battering ram. We don't really need to grab the menace below just yet, but let's go ahead and set up for siege. I don't want to attack yet. I want to let See if we can't lure that other army over here to try to attack the Master Assassin. Plus, the siege will go better for us if we have some towers. Warren and Gnaw Pit. Don't know if Potez can defend itself. We might just have to grab another Warlord real quick. We have an Assassin, we do, so we'll grab Eshin, Discipline, or Chant. Let's go Chant. Hey there, Bullguts. He does have a Bruiser. We can grab the Death Squad real quick. And then a couple of Skaven Slave Slings. And some Spears. Just whatever units we need to just to stand in Bullguts' way. Driven by Hunger or Fight Dirty. This just buffs up our Gutter Runners immediately. Let's go for Driven by Hunger. More post-battle loot and recruit rank for Clan Rats. The Clan Rats don't matter, but the post-battle loot's nice. And I'm going to defend Potez, or I'm going to upgrade Potez, that is. Oh good, the walls still make gold even in SFO. An alarm tunnel sounds great, since it is where our main farm is. We do have an available scheme. Let's wait till the Deathmaster returns, that way we can give him all of our experience. Alright. Turn. Right, Deathmaster Snickage returns, and it looks like Bullguts is just gonna sit here and raid. The bold strategy. Can you just take him down real quick? I mean, it has an opportunity of going poorly. Likely only Viskrins and Chant would survive. Let's circle to that. For Rice, we have the Sudden Kill Scheme. Snipe, Stalk, extra speed by 25%, so this is for everyone. Then Missile Strength for Night Runners and Gutter Runners. I mean, sure. Right before a siege, that's a perfect time. Exactly, and then we replace you with the Deathmaster. He returns. Quick and simple. We'll go ahead and give you all the equipment that that assassin used to have. And then we can also come in here for another shadowy dealing. Steal some gold. I'd prefer to steal some more food. We have to wait 4 turns. Oh, we can steal some technology? Oh, against the Skaven. Steal Skaven technology. That's awesome. Sneaky scouting, troublemaker, or steal some gold. Go ahead and steal some gold from... Those aren't dwarfs, so we don't really have to worry about them coming through the mountains so well. We'll steal some gold from Alcazado. Deathmaster, 5,000 gold. Actually, is the gold, depending on how large the settlement is? Likely. Let's steal from Barbosa then. Or Bilbali. We'll find a new one. We'll find the highest producing settlement here. Oh, hang on now. It's the Pina Wood. The Pineapple Woods? I mean, sure. Steal me some cash. How much did you steal? You don't need to know. I mean, fair enough. Alright, well, Snickage arrives back for the Siege of Azwata. Let's go for it. I have one final battle here for today's episode. We'll leave things off with a cliffhanger where we're going to see if Viskryn's Death Squad and one assassin can take on a Bruiser and his liege. For now, though, we march on Azwata. Alright, let's do this. It's been a while since I've seen the Skaven Siege equipment. Oh, look at this. You know, it's a shame that the Siege equipment itself isn't more useful. Because look how incredible the Skaven towers are. Got the wires kind of leading it just up to the just giant thing of orcs, and that's the only reason these wheels can turn. Love it. Now where's our battering ram? Of course, it's just a big old stick with a piece of warpstone at the end. And what else do you need? The gates will stand no chance when the gates warp and turn into like cotton candy or something. We attack from any better angles here. No. Is the answer. 4 towers in one spot is what we're going to be dealing with no matter what. So let's attack from over here. Skaven slave slings in those towers? I think not. That seems like a bad idea. I don't mind you guys being in some towers. You're just there to get it to the tower. Pop you into one. Or you know what? We really need the 2. Our invisible units that now have a snipe. So they can do whatever they want. We really don't have to sacrifice too many units at all here. We can just sneak over. Sneak over the gates. Warp grinders up. Anyone else over here that doesn't need to be? Yes. Our most important units. The wall clearers. Let's begin. Go ahead and move up. We actually can have you guys take down the... You guys hit walls directly? Yes, they can. Do the gatehouse for now. Gain all the extra sneakiness we need to not take damage. I will have you guys hit the wall itself. The Deathmaster can go through the gates. Whoa! Give yourself the ward save. We'll send these slaves across. Jeez, those towers are strong. Let's wait till they fire one more time and then we'll kick in the warp overcharge. Dude, they took so much damage. Get in there. Oh, are they gonna lose their morale just before? Oh, that's bad luck. That's bad luck. Well, we're not having a good start here. Our warp grinders are going to probably just die on the way out, actually. I'd be surprised if any of them actually make it. Nice. Sneaky units, you go around this way. We'll have the gutter runners this direction. Start trying to blast this fire belly or just the Nobbler or something. I'm hoping that, yeah, there's 6 left. They might survive. Try to get a little bit too spicy with it. Mortars, there's really no good angles for you, lads. It seems like we can't give them the ult attack order because we're not through the gates for some reason. Ouch! Why does that deal so much damage? A third of the unit with a tier 1 tower. That's ridiculous. Let's wait to use this. Slows you down. And, I mean, 100 damage. I guess it's the explosion. That's what's causing the issues. Alright, they're giving us the walls. Old strategy. These 3 slings really are not under much threat. Go sling here, then 2 just kind of behind them. Then you 3 go run this way. They got wiped out pretty much immediately. Fair enough. Trying to do too much micro. Okay, the gates are open, so let's go ahead and send them into the Noblars. Horned Rats will. Gutter runners forward.
Yes, yes.
Bring the extra sorcerer around. And then fire the warp stars into the fire bellies back. Pretty much one-shotting the target. That Firehammer is doing some good work against our Skaven, but he's already out. He's done. Warp stars towards the lead belchers. Yeah, good grief, those towers are effective. Got these Noblars next. Have you pull over to this side so you can start throwing more warp stars at them. I think those lead belchers managed to escape the wrath there. What on earth is happening here? Our units are very confused. What orders? You lads in, and we'll have the gutter runners take to the side. Do not go through. Well, they just do what they want, don't they? We tell you to go this way, please. No, this way. It's like trust me, it's faster to go over the siege tower. Promise. That's ridiculous. Alright, throw some more stars in here. Cannot wait till we have the Weeping Blade or the Whirly Blade to get rid of all these guys. 6 seconds, we need to get it ready to use one on these lead belchers.
My blade slice awaits.
See how good those lead belchers are at playing catch. Let them just scurry all the way around. Was that a Shatterstone trying to kill a unit? You know that's not how that works. Lead belcher captured. Start throwing the warp stars at the trappers there. I just don't trust our poison wind mortars anymore. You guys need to chill. Alright, well done, Skaven slaves. You won eventually. We only had to sacrifice a few of you.
We obey.
Spells ready.
Marge, scurry, yes. I will have the Triad charge through into the trappers. The Triad are basically just storm vermin that are even more elite, or storm vermin that are trained in the martial fighting style of Cathay. They drop the traps, but that's a victory. Glorious win. Fairly bloody for our side, but that tends to be how it works. Alright, decisive victory despite losing pretty much our entire Warp Grinder crew. It just happens sometimes. Especially when those towers were packing some pretty serious cannons there. Alright, so for Azwara, we actually have enough food. We could probably take this thing up a tier 2. Up to tier 3 is going to be fairly expensive, man. And not really all that worth, all things considered. We'll go ahead and just take it up to tier 2. Now we've got ourselves a secondary province, and a pretty well-defended one, too. Oh, I'm sorry, the Cult of Sotek? Well, they're going to be coming our way as soon as possible, aren't they? Cult of Sotek. Wasn't expecting that one. The Battle of Skinks and Cathayan-trained rats. Interesting. Yeah, let's go for more agent cutting. So we can Just make sure we're always ambushing. Here tomorrow, we can absolutely go ahead and upgrade the clan pit. That way we get our first chieftain. Seems like a good idea. And then we can just pop in the walls, too. 16 gold and a whole... It does consume some food, doesn't it? Alright then, let's be a wee bit arrogant and go for growth. Across the board. We'll do walls there, and then a nest nursery. And like I said, we will pick up the next episode with a battle between Chant, our new temporary assassin, and Bullguts here. How? Like this. Didn't manage to ambush. What if we just try again? No ambush. Okay, well, it's going to give us a valiant defeat. The dismember only happens if they are charging, so as long as we're keeping them in one spot, there's no charges happening. They do have a bruiser, which is going to be nasty, but if we circle our assassin around behind and just start throwing things at him, I think that's going to be the best way to deal with both the bruiser and Bullguts here. We've got a lot of damage per throw, and it's going to be poisoning them, so let's hope it's what we need. Battle of the Skaven slaves and the ogre bulls shall pick up in the next episode. Thank you all so much for dropping on by today's Clan Eshin campaign. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like on it and a sub for the sub phone, and I'll see you all in the next one.